What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dollar Mike back at again with another video, another Robinhood portfolio update video. As you guys know, I do these videos every single month. I go over the entire portfolio, and this video is no different. Either way, we finally made it through the month of March of 2021. And man, it was rough. Still overall down for the last month and a half, but either way, we're still growing. Overall, the portfolio is looking solid. And also for the first time, I'm pretty happy with the portfolio I have. I feel as though I have all the stocks that I want in my portfolio. So if I'm adding anything else, it's something I really want as well. Overall, my portfolio is pretty solid. Obviously, we have dividends and we have regular stocks as well. But you know, we'll get into all that in this video because that's what I do in these videos. So let's actually start the video. Let's go. As you guys already know, if you watched my previous video, just liking the video really helps the channel grow, really pushes the video out to more people. So if you could drop a like, that would be super great for me and for the channel as well. Also hit that subscribe button if you're interested in content like this, because I'll keep providing content like this if you guys actually enjoy it. And lastly, make sure you get yourself some free stocks and free other stuff with my links down below. You can get yourselves 2 free stocks with Webull. You can go and get yourself a free stock with Doe. M1 Finance is giving out free $10 when you sign up with them. BlockFi, you'll get yourself up to $250 in Bitcoin. Gemini, you'll get a free $10 in Bitcoin. So tons of free links all down below. It'll get you some free stuff, whether that's cryptocurrency, regular stuff like saving money on your gas, and stocks. All that kind of good stuff, all linked down below. There you go. Now let's actually start with my portfolio. All right, so as we always do, let's check out my portfolio. Let's see what it's going to be looking like for the month of April of 2021. We're going to click on Robinhood, open that up, Face ID, and we are in. My portfolio right now is sitting at $23,884.81. I'm up about $248 today. Overall for the week, I'm up about $647, so definitely looking pretty solid. Like I mentioned before, the last month and a half has been pretty rough, and you're going to see that right here. Over the past month, I'm down about $688. Past 3 months, I'm down about $2,400. Past year, overall up about 35% at $6,300. And basically, since I had my account open, which has only been about a year, overall up about $6,500. I currently have about $76 in buying power, which obviously changes every single week. If you guys don't know, I actually invest every single week, or I put money into Robinhood every single week. $100 goes into Robinhood every single week, $400 a month. Regardless, let's scroll down a little bit and we'll get into my options, and then we'll talk about my stocks. The first option right here, AYTU, I was actually just testing the waters, just having fun in the stock market. Took a little bit of risk. It was about $250 overall. Let's change it to total return. Lost basically all of it, so we'll see how that goes. I'll probably just expire worthless on that one. I'm not entirely sure, but took a little risk, lost out. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and you definitely need to show the losses. Next one up, we have Square. I mentioned Square as one of my options. As you can see, I got in Square right when the market took its crazy dip for about a month and a half. So that kind of sucks. But the cool thing about Square is I actually managed to get another option. I managed to actually pick up a second option for Square for about $60, and the original cost of this was about $1,000. So I'm going to continue to hold that, and hopefully I can make some of my gains back on the way up to June 18th. Obviously, you don't want your options to expire on the last day and they expire worthless. But in this instance, I'm not selling it because I'm down so much with it right now, and I have a little bit of time to get away from it. So we'll see what happens with the options on that. SMH basically covers the entire computer chip industry. You can see I'm down on that one right now, but overall today it's up a decent amount, about 26% on that one. My $20 E-bond call is actually just a Bitcoin mining company, so I have 100% faith that this stock will go back up. I actually bought a really out there call. I shouldn't have did that, but you know, in hindsight I shouldn't have did that, but hey, it is what it is. Like I said, these are all temporary. They won't be here forever, but right now they are on the portfolio and they do impact the portfolio, so I want to show you. Lastly is the one I just picked up, which is Nokia. Once again, it was on my option list before. I sold it, I think, when it went up with the whole GameStop situation, and then I bought it back again today, or about 2 days ago. So that is actually out to 2023. I'm not worried about this one at all. It's out to 2023. I think Nokia is a great company going forward. I like having the options more than the shares right now because I honestly don't know what the stock's doing. It's been sitting around $4 for some time, but anything over $4, I'm really profitable. So you know, I think Nokia is already sitting at $397 right now. So really, I'm cool on that one. I'm not worried about it. It's got, well, I got 2-3 years for it, so nothing to worry about. Now let's actually get into my stocks. So as always, we begin with the first stock on the list because that makes the most sense. Let's start with Nintendo. Currently, Nintendo is sitting at $70.80 a share. I have about 5 shares of Nintendo. I haven't bought any Nintendo shares lately, but they haven't been dipping a lot, so it could be a decent time to get in. I'm not really planning to buy any more anytime soon, but I'm not going to let go of the ones I have right now. Today's return on Nintendo is down about $8, and overall return I'm up 40% or $102. They also pay a decent dividend of 2% every single year. Next up, we have Microsoft. As you guys know, Microsoft actually just signed a contract, or just recently got a contract with the Army, I believe, for virtual reality headsets or augmented reality headsets. So that's good. That's pretty good stuff. That's why the stock is actually going up right now in aftermarket, because this is recorded actually March 31st. So they're sitting at $237.50 a share right now. Overall, I love Microsoft and do plan on buying more Microsoft at any single dip I can get. The stock price is a lot of money, but I'm going to keep Microsoft in my portfolio probably forever. More like a Tesla to me. Either way, 1.94 shares. Overall, I'm up about $52 with them, or 12%, and they do pay a slight dividend of roughly 1% every single year. Past that, we have SPHD, which is a high dividend, low volatility stock, or low volatility ETF. Basically, it has a whole bunch of different stocks inside it. All those stocks pay a decent dividend with a relatively low risk. So that's exactly what SPHD is. It's sitting at $42.87 a share right now. I have a dividend coming up actually today, so it'll actually be deposited most likely in after hours, I'm assuming, today. And I have about 13 shares, overall up 28% or 29% with those shares, aka $129. And that dividend yield every single year currently is 4.83%. PSEC or Prospect Capital is up next. I mentioned all these dividend stocks in my dividend video, which I'm going to start creating separately now. If you guys haven't seen that video, make sure you go check that video out, because I just recorded yesterday or just went live yesterday. Either way, PSEC sitting at $7.73 a share right now. I have 115 shares of PSEC, overall up 63% with PSEC, $344. And the dividend yield, yes, is 9.27%. So definitely go and check them out. I wouldn't 100% recommend investing heavy into them right now, because I feel like they're kind of high right now. But definitely check that other video out. It'll give you more background on what PSEC is. Either way, let's go on to the next one. Next one up is AG&C, Real Estate for Maryland, basically. So it's a real estate REIT, or it's a real estate investment trust. $16.76 a share right now. I have about 18 shares right now. Overall, up about 5-6% with them, roughly $16. Dividend yield 9.31%. All of these real estate stocks also have a decent sized dividend yield, so definitely something to note, but also definitely something to note if they cut that dividend or if the stock falls, anything like that. Either way, I have a couple of these real estate stocks, so we have a couple more to run through. Next up, past that, is Medical Properties Trust, and this is actually real estate for basically hospitals. MPW sitting at $21.28 a share. I have upcoming activity on April 8th, so there should be a depositing a dividend into my account on April 8th of $2.88. I have about 10 shares, overall up about 22% or $40, and a dividend yield of 5%. Past that, we have another real estate stock, which is Realty Income, one of my favorite REITs to actually get into. It's sitting at $63.50 a share right now. Overall, almost 11 shares with O, and I'm overall up 9% with them, aka $58, and their dividend yield is 4.36%. Next up, we have Boeing. Boeing is sitting at $254 a share. Obviously, they're one of the only basically plane makers in the world besides Airbus. I believe they're the only two. So either Boeing or Airbus, get yourself either one. I like Boeing personally more. They obviously have up and down news all the time, but like I said before, when you're the only one in your industry that's doing this, it doesn't really matter. So either way, try to get some Boeing if you can catch it on any type of dip, because it's going to be around forever regardless of whatever happens with them in the real world. My position on Boeing is about 5 shares exactly. I bought Boeing back when the pandemic first began for $99 a share and haven't bought a share since. Either way, they will be paying a dividend one day, but not anytime soon. But I'm really in this for the growth, obviously. Overall, I'm up 154% with them, $772 to be exact. And when they do pay that dividend, it's going to be roughly 0.082% every single year. Past Boeing, we have a stock that basically never moves, but they pay a solid dividend every single time, and that is AT&T, ticker symbol T. It's sitting at $30.29 a share right now. I have about 17 shares of AT&T, overall up about 5% with them, aka $25, and the dividend yield for that is 6.81%, and they pay this consistently every single quarter. I'm honestly not that big of a fan of AT&T, but like I said, this consistent dividend, this high dividend that's consistently paid out to me every single month or every single quarter, my bad, is pretty solid, and I can't really complain there. So I like AT&T for that reason, and that's why it's in this portfolio. Past that, we got Coke, ticker symbol KO, sitting at $52.68 a share right now. I have an upcoming activity on April Fool's Day for $4.26. I have about 10 shares of Coke with an overall return of 15%, roughly $67 to be exact, and their dividend yield is 3% every single year. Ally Financial is up next, actually one of my favorite banks. I don't have any more Bank of America in this portfolio. I actually moved all my Bank of America shares to Ally, so Ally is sitting at $45.21 a share right now. My position right now is about 9 shares, overall up about 31% or $98. and the dividend yield for it is 1.7%. I highly recommend you guys get some Ally or just use their banking services. I think they don't pay me to say this, but I just like Ally Bank. So yeah, check out Ally. If you don't use Ally, let me know. Or if you do use Ally, let me know how you like it. Anything like that. But I like Ally a lot. So that's why I use them, and that's why I invest with them or invest in them. Past that, we got JP Morgan Chase sitting at $152 a share right now. Overall down today just a bit. I have almost 4 shares of JP Morgan Chase, or just Chase in general. Overall up about 12%, $65, and their dividend yield is 2.36%. ExxonMobil has been here since about the beginning, so that's sitting at about $53.83 right now. Another one that's a little bit down today. 13 shares overall. I'm down about 1% today, and I'm overall up about 35%. So I'm not too worried about it at all. $188 to be exact, and they have a dividend yield, a nice dividend yield that consistently paid this dividend yield of 6% every single year. So to this day, don't know how they pay for it because I know they have a lot of debt. So don't know how they pay for it, but I'm not mad that they do. Obviously, the oil and gas industry is slowing down and the clean industry is picking up. So do what you got to do when it comes to investing in something like this. But they do pay a solid dividend for the time being, so I can't complain at all. Past that, we got Emerson sitting at $90.22. I have a little bit over 4 shares with Emerson, overall up about 36%, and that's $106 right now with a dividend yield of 2.20% every single year. My next stock is another one of those stocks where I feel like everybody should own, and that stock is Disney, sitting at $184.52 a share right now. I have about 2 shares of Disney. Do plan on buying a lot more if I can. As you can see, it's not too cheap. Overall up about 37%, 38% with Disney. I also have a recurring buy on Disney every single month of $8, and they pay a dividend of about 0.5% every single year. They're not currently paying that dividend because of everything that's going on in the world, but I'm assuming by the end of this year, early next year, they'll probably start paying the dividend again. Regardless, by the time they start paying that dividend again, I'm pretty sure Disney stock will be well over $200 a share. So I would say right now is actually a great time to go and buy some Disney. I'm not a financial advisor. This could all, be wrong, but I personally believe that, so that's why I'm letting you guys know. Next up is Apple, another stock that should also be in everyone's portfolio no matter what is Apple. $122 a share right now, also a great time to get in. It took a mean dip over the past month and a half. I have about 7.5 shares of Apple, overall up about 5% with them, $50 to be exact. Also have a recurring buy on Apple every single week for $5, and they pay a dividend yield of roughly 0.7% every single year. Johnson & Johnson has been in the news recently for actually providing us with another vaccine to use, possibly sitting at $163 a share right now. It's actually a great time to buy Johnson & Johnson, and this is more of a recession-proof stock. Either way, they also pay a solid dividend, so you can't go wrong there either. I have about 2.5 shares of Johnson & Johnson, overall up about 7% with them, or $26, and their dividend yield is 2.43%. Past Johnson & Johnson, I have Procter & Gamble sitting at $135 a share right now. They have tons of different products. Just look them up and you would know all the products that they got. Have a little bit over 2 shares of Procter & Gamble right now. PG, overall up about 10% with them, or $28. Good stuff there. And their dividend yield is 2.3%. Also another recession-proof like stock. If you want to get at stocks like that, you can't handle the market taking huge dips or stocks taking huge dips and killing your portfolio, then these 2 stocks are definitely some stocks to jump into. Next up, we have Lowe's. Solid stock as well, does the same thing. I have all these kind of grouped together for a reason, but Lowe's basically does the same thing. If Lowe's is going up, then honestly, the whole industry is probably going up. Either way, $190 a share right now for Lowe's. I have about 1.27 shares of Lowe's, and I'm up about 50% on that, which is $78. So good stuff there. Their dividend yield is 1.22%. I told you guys I got all these bundled together. Next stock is 3M, $192 a share right now. Also a nice recession-proof stock. They have tons of different products. I think over 60,000 different products that they make. So I'm pretty sure you used plenty of 3M products before. Regardless, my position on 3M is about 1 share. I need more for sure. Overall up about 25% with that 1 share, $41 to be exact, and their dividend yield is 3% every single year. And they've been increasing that dividend for the past 50 years, I believe. And they've also been consistently paying for that dividend for the past 50 years. So definitely a solid dividend stock to get into. I've talked about it in my dividend videos before, and I'm going to talk about it in this one here. Next up is something that will definitely cover you when it comes to the entire sports betting industry, and that is Roundhill Sports Betting and iGaming ETF, ticker symbol BETZ. They're sitting at $30.78 a share right now. I have about 16 shares of them. Overall up about 44%. I do plan on buying a lot more of this because I believe in the whole online gambling industry for the future of the US and honestly the future of the world. They pay a 0.64% dividend every single year, but this is more of a growth stock. I'm not really here for the dividend at all. After that, we have the only airline that I've ever flown on, so that's the only reason it's really in my portfolio, but I do really like them. So That is Southwest, ticker symbol LUV or Love. Southwest Airlines sitting at $61.04 or $61.04 a share right now. I have about 2.5 shares of them. Overall, up about 60% since I bought them, which is great, $60 roughly. And they pay a slight dividend of 0.30%. I also don't believe this dividend is being paid out right now because of the pandemic. But when, all this stuff subsides, which it will over time, they'll pay out that small dividend. I'm not really here for the dividend, more here for the growth, and more just here to be invested in a company I actually like, because I tend to do that a lot. Past that, we have Ford Motors, another company I should generally like and I know won't die because the government won't let them die. It's sitting at $12.28 a share right now. I have about 12 shares of them. Overall, up about 34% with them, aka $38, and they have a slight dividend of 1.23% every single year. The next stock I've been preaching about since December of last year, and that is Walgreens, ticker symbol WBA, sitting at $54.90 a share today. They went up greatly today. I really appreciate it because I have a decent amount of shares of them. 16 shares of Walgreens. I originally got in when it was about $39, and you can see my average cost is about $41 right now. Overall gain, overall return on them is 32%, aka $215. I love Walgreens. It just makes a lot of sense for me. It's a great investment to have as far as the whole pandemic going on outside. So it just works best. It's a really solid investment. I think it's still a little bit more room to grow. I can see this going up to maybe $65, $70 a share by the end of this year easily. So, hop in if you want to hop in. Either way, they pay out a nice dividend of 3.52%, and they're paying for that dividend right now, which is great. So you don't have to wait to get your dividend because it's coming. Past that, we have another dividend stock, B&G Foods, $31.06 a share right now. I have about 36 shares of them. Overall, up about 6% with them, $60. And they have a dividend yield of 5.84%. The next one is a monthly dividend. It's Main Street Capital, $39.15 a share right now. I have a dividend coming to me from them on April 15th, it looks like, for $2.18. Overall, I have about 11 shares, almost 12 shares, up about 20% with them, $75. And their dividend yield is 6.28%. And yes, this is a monthly dividend. They're paying for this consistently to you every single month. So get in on this for sure if you want to get in on this. It's just a solid dividend stock. I wouldn't expect too much growth with it, but there's nothing wrong with that. The same thing goes for the next one, which is Capital Southwest, sitting at $21.90 a share right now. Overall, I have 2 dividends coming in. They're both coming in today, which is good stuff there. I cannot complain at all. $10, or not $10, basically 10 shares, almost 11 shares of Capital Southwest. I just got this one not too long ago. So I only up about 1%, which is, still solid. I'm here for the dividends. You can already see I've made more from the dividends than I've actually made in total gains. So that's solid enough for me. Can't really complain. Their dividend yield is 7.42% every single year. The next stock actually changed my whole portfolio entirely. It added an extra $5,000-$6,000 to my portfolio at one point in time due to an option play. But regardless, that is Tesla, sitting at $6.63 a share right now. An excellent time to buy yourself some Tesla. Also, I believe that everybody should be invested in some Tesla stock. So get yourself some Tesla stock. This is, like I'm telling you, $1,000 a share by the end of this year. Mark my words. I'll put a bet on it. So, if you guys want to bet, drop it down below in the comment section. Overall, they're up about 5% today, which is nice for sure, because I've got tired of seeing all that red all the time. But regardless, $1,000 a share by the end of the year. Either way, I have 4.38 shares of Tesla. Overall, up about 25% with them, $587 to be exact. I have a recurring investment on Tesla every single week for $10, no matter what the price is. And they don't pay a dividend, which we all knew, right? If you don't know, you know now. Next up, we have Block. They pretty much cover the entire cryptocurrency industry when it comes to different stocks to invest in. So if you don't want to invest in the entire cryptocurrency industry and try to figure out which cryptocurrency stock is the best, like MicroStrategy, like Square, like PayPal, like eBond, all that kind of stuff, you don't want to figure that out, go ahead and invest in Block. It's an ETF that got you covered in all those aspects. They're doing pretty well today. Overall up about 3%. $56.20 a share right now. My position with them is about 12 shares, and overall I'm about 4% with those 12 shares, $26 to be exact, and they pay a slight dividend of 0.62% as well. So solid stuff, cannot complain at all. I'm telling you guys, this is solid stuff. Either way, next up we have the one I was just talking about, which is MicroStrategy, sitting at $678 a share right now. MicroStrategy owns over 90,000 Bitcoin, so big trust when Bitcoin goes up, so does MicroStrategy, and it's going to go up this year because Bitcoin's going to go up this year. Regardless, I'm a little bit down with MicroStrategy. I have about 1.58 shares. Overall, I'm down about 11%, almost 12%, $139. But I definitely will be buying more just to bring my average cost down. So it works out for me. I'm just going to buy more at a time like this, and this is a great time to go ahead and buy some more. Next up is QYLD, Global X Funds Global NASDAQ 100 covered calls. Basically, they do covered calls and stuff like that, and they collect the premiums on those covered calls, which obviously turns into income for them, and that's how they pay us a solid dividend, which is about 11%. In their dividend is sitting at $22.55 a share right now. I have about 21 shares of them, overall down about 1% with them. They don't really move if we go and look at the chart. They don't really move like at all. Over the past year, they actually did move a decent bit. I mean, $3, I guess. But they don't really move like that, so nothing to really move about. But they do pay a solid dividend. Robinhood is not accurate with this number right here. That's why I wasn't going to show you. But here you go. It says 0.07% dividend, but they don't pay that. They pay an 11% dividend, which I believe is the highest in this portfolio right now. So yeah, get yourself some QYLD. I don't really see any reason why you wouldn't have this in a dividend portfolio at this time. Obviously, it's a little risky because they can cut this dividend at any time, but honestly, I'm not too worried about that at all. And if they do cut the dividend, then I just move my money somewhere else. Regardless, next up is ARK. ARK Next Generation Internet, sitting at $147 a share right now. I have about 4.25 shares of ARK. Overall, also down with this one. All the ones towards the end of my portfolio, I'm down with, by the way. Down with this one about 11%, so another great time to buy because I definitely will be buying more. And this is $80 roughly. Overall, they do pay a very tiny dividend of 0.09%. We're not here for the dividend. This is 100% all growth, an all growth ETF. This has stocks like Square in it. This has stocks like PayPal, I think Tesla, and just a whole bunch of different growth stocks. I think Shopify's in here as well. So just a whole bunch of different growth stocks that overall I believe will grow over the next coming years. So no reason not to be invested in them. And Cathie Wood, she knows what she's doing, and she handles all of this. Next up is another ARK one that just came out, and someone actually just mentioned it in my comments, and I actually did pick up a couple of shares, and I also will be making a video talking about it, and that is ARK Space Exploration and Innovation. Basically, this is a space ETF made by Cathie Wood. We'll get into this in a separate video. I'm going to make a full video talking just about ARKX. So it's sitting at $20.60 a share right now. I only grabbed about 5 shares. Just bought it today, actually. I'm overall up about 61 cents. So if you want to grab some before I make a full-blown video about it, go ahead and do that. Honestly, if it does dip, it'll probably only dip down to maybe like $18, I think. But a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, I honestly see this stock going to like $60, $70 maybe. So we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty excited about it. So it's something new. Yeah, jump in if you want. You know, do your research, of course, but I'm going to make a full-blown video about it as well. Either way, just stay tuned for that one. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, of course. Next up, we have Next Era Energy. This is basically an American energy-based company. $75.61 a share right now. My position is about 3.5 shares. Overall, I'm down just a little bit, about 6% or $15 roughly. And they do pay a decent dividend of roughly 2%. So can't go wrong there. I'm kind of debating going back and forth on selling this stock in particular, just to invest in maybe an energy ETF as a whole, because I don't really care that much about this company and what they do and everything like that. But I do care about clean energy and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. For the time being, it's staying on my portfolio, but we'll see what happens. It's a great time to grab some because I'm down with it, so can't complain. Past that, we got the Chinese Tesla or NIO sitting at $38.90 a share right now, a steal of a price. I'm way down on NIO right now. I have about 5 shares of NIO, down about 30% or $75. You definitely need to get yourself some NIO. I definitely need to get myself some more NIO, so hop in, get yourself some NIO. They are the Chinese Tesla. They're the best competitor to Tesla in China, I personally believe, so why not grab yourself some shares? You know, it makes a lot of sense. Either way, NIO, I'm not really big on any of the other electric car brands other than Tesla and NIO right now, but we'll see what happens in the time, in the future, and all that kind of stuff. Things change every single month, just like this portfolio changes every single month. So let's go on to the next one. The next one is Telos. This actually just took a nice little dip in after hours, but regardless, it went up pretty decent today, which is weird. So I'm gonna have to check out the news. Maybe something happened with that. Regardless, Telos just handles a lot of cybersecurity things, so I'm definitely investing in this for the long term. This is roughly a 5-year, maybe 10-year outlook for this stock. Overall, I have about 10.41 shares. Overall, down with those 10 shares, about 7% or $27. I definitely will be buying more. I 100% believe in this stock and this company going forward. So it's no question there. This is 5-10 years out. Not worried about it at all. It honestly could dip more. I don't care. Be a great time for me to buy some more. Next up, and I think this is the last one on the list, you guys know APXT. I've been talking about this stock for like 3 months now. Chris Sain's been talking about this stock. Plenty of other YouTubers have been talking about this stock. I 100% believe in this stock. I'm waiting for the merger. It should be, I just saw actually the CEO's tweet. It should be early Q2. So that's, what is that? That's like April. I think April or May of this year. Either way, once the merger happens, I think this stock will hit maybe $20, $30 a share. Either way, I'm investing in this stock for the long term, and I'm way down with it. My position right now is $162 or 162 shares. I'm down about 24% with them, or $585. I'm down the most, I believe, in this, besides my options, of course. But yeah, definitely buy more. I have to buy some more at this point because it's like, I'm down that far? Is that cheap? Either way, still 100% believe in it. I'm not selling a share because I 100% believe in the company. They're actually a cloud provider for Microsoft, a cloud service provider for Microsoft. So I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it. It's just that simple. I'm not selling it. Regardless, I think that is it, and that is it. So there you have it. That is my full Robinhood portfolio for the month of April of 2021. Wow, we've made a full year in Robinhood and in investing in all the kind of stuff, and it's honestly insane. And I can actually show you guys my actual portfolio income or projected portfolio income overall, and that is $586 currently, almost $600 for free in dividends every single year. All those dividends that I get from all those stocks are going to obviously go back and be reinvested into those stocks to make me even more money, and it's just an endless cycle that just makes you more money. So if you want to be a dividend investor, that's how you do it. It's not much to do. You just got to go and buy some dividend stocks. It's pretty simple. Have the drip turned on, the dividend reinvestment, and you're all good to go. And there you go. That is all the stocks that I have for my portfolio for the month of April. Obviously, things will change throughout the month, but overall, I think I'm pretty happy with my portfolio right now. So I think mainly I'm just going to be buying more of what I already have. If I do add more stocks, then I'll probably say it on Twitter, maybe on public, something like that, but nothing too crazy. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. We'll see what happens in the future, but yeah, there you go. If you enjoyed this video, as always, drop a like on the video. And that's kind of that. I appreciate you guys for watching the video as always. Make sure you check out those links down below to get yourself tons of free stuff. And that's kind of it. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Dollar Mike. Peace.